STDs are not like a thing with me. I don't have any. I don't contract any. I know it seems like I have a lot of sex, but I'm more of a choosy Susie type of guy. But I've had STDs in the past.
Say what now? We thought Chrisean Rock and Blueface were all done with this mess that is their relationship, only for Croc to put him on blast. Apparently, Blueface has been a walking STD signpost ever since he left prison. And he passed them off to Croon without her knowledge as revenge for her leaving him while he was in prison. That was Blueface's toxic way of making sure she's never too far from, since Crow was guaranteed to crash out once she found out. And he finally got his wish. And is it possible that Blueface was the one who gave Chrisean chlamydia that she passed on to their son, Crowan Jr.?
Playing with me, bro. Like,
when you talk to
chat,
baby,
I promise
they
you,
allowed it.
demons on some demonic
Even
stuff.
before this mess came up, people were already side-eyeing Chrisean for catching something while pregnant after her own sister teen put her on blast for infecting her son with chlamydia. Apparently, Chrisean refused to pay her for babysitting Chrisean Jr., and they got into a nasty back and forth. So she went no holds barred and spilled everything online. She said at the time Chrisean was having a chlamydia flare-up around her vag. So her doctor told her that it would be safer to have a C-section so he wouldn't get infected, but she refused. She asked why Crowan's motherly instincts and protective nature didn't kick it then, because if she'd just made the compromise, Chrisean Jr. would have been a whole lot better than he is today. Jade and Alexis also threw some shade at Croon about it and locked her for being responsible for her son's issues.
It didn't kick in. When the nurses came in and told you, can they talk to you about yourself? You're like, no. Just go ahead and put it out there when I was wrong. Yeah, and they said you had chlamydia. Your motherly instincts didn't kick in. They said we had to do a C-section. Guess what? You refused. You didn't want to mess up your little tattoo. Or you didn't want to get cut, right? Oh, all right. Where your motherly instincts was at then?
While all this was going on, Blueface was surprisingly not dragged into the picture because from what we know, Crow Jr. is his son. She was his girlfriend at the time, and he was present during the pregnancy. However, the argument was that it shouldn't be pinned on Blueface because Croc was everywhere, and she could have gotten it from just about anybody. I mean, we did see Khan out partying, smoking, and drinking heavily while she was carrying despite everybody warning her not to. And even now, she hasn't done anything to debunk it. While she was on stream, fans noticed that Junior was showing signs of sickness and forced himself to throw up. Instead of showing any concern for him, she simply put him in the stroller, turned him away from the stream, and carried on. It was so jarring that fans called the police for a welfare check and blasted her for not caring about him.
Tell us why the police showed up at the Hair Queen LA. Because someone did an anonymous call. They're like, let's see the baby. The baby was smiling at them.
Yeah, it's basically a welfare check.
Yeah.
Like,
just getting stalked. They were like, that's Blueface baby? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we keep getting calls about Blueface. She already getting called on, so, you know, it's like, but I think that's just y'all being weird.
Not going to lie, this is the first time Crowan's fans did the right thing rather than blindly support anything she does and paint her the victim along the way. But it also set off something in Crow because it looks like she's tired of always taking the blame while Blueface goes on to live his life with no consequences when he was the one who allegedly gave her the STD in the first place. Music. Mind you, Chrisean isn't the first to put Blueface on blast for being an ambassador for STDs. Folks pointed out that he had herpes like bumps around his mouth, but at the time he denied it, saying it was a cloyd. Now, while this was going on, his new girlfriend, Nah, who is heavily pregnant, saw the comments and asked him to go get tested. She said she got a message from one of Blue's side pieces who told her that she had gotten an STD from him, and Nah should be careful so that she and her baby don't end up with something, but Blueface refused. I mean, is anyone really surprised?
It's
better be here when I get back.
Too. I'm done with him. Nasty ass. I don't want him, but it's the principal. This was recent. Just let you know. He fucks everyone raw.
I do.
Blueface also posted himself holding a plate, and people immediately noticed STD spots all over his fingers and once again asked him to go get tested, but he ignored it. Now, we probably already know that Blueface has been everywhere with multiple women ever since he came back from prison. But baby, it has also been reported that when he was in prison, he was getting turned out. I mean, you already know what happens in prison. It is alleged that not only one, he became a prison wife to a gangster inmate, but he was also a prison husband to some twink inside. So, he could have gotten infected from just about anybody. And the fact that he's refused to get tested and treated also makes him a danger to just about anyone that gets with him. If he doesn't care about his latest girlfriend, Nivea, possibly getting infected while actively pregnant, what are the chances that he bothered with protecting Kron while she was pregnant? And with Cashin being so obsessed with staying Blueface's girlfriend and getting one up on Jaden, it never crossed her mind at the time that the man she carried on her head would willfully endanger her and her son like that. The only reason why Chrisean held it in until now is because he claimed their son. And she always thought they would find their way back to each other despite everything. But as it stands, Blueface is moving on with his life. Music, cutting her and Chrisean Jr. out, and only brings her up when there's money to be made from music. Meanwhile, Chrisean is left to take care of their son. And if you know anything about taking care of a kid with disabilities, it costs a lot of money and also takes out of you mentally and physically. Also, Nivea better watch her back, because with the way Blueface is moving, she could end up like Croc in a heartbeat. And people are also talking about this, saying he is probably scared of something coming back positive. He definitely needs to be getting checked regularly if he wants to sleep around with everybody and their boyfriends and mamas. Just because Blueface is honest from the jump doesn't make it okay for him to act like this. It's weird he has some type of hate for women, and ain't nothing cool about putting your unborn baby's health at risk. F him, bro. I'm telling y'all, Blueface is a walking STD. But what do you guys think? Croc is speaking out to take revenge on Blueface since he's moving on with Nah? Sound off in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. See you later.